everyone! So today I'm going to be starting my prom series with the first video, and it's going to be a preparation tips for prom, I think is what I called it. As you guys can see, like, I created my little intro. I was actually asked to prom with like a little puzzle, and I cut them into 4 pieces after I recreated my intro, but they were in balloons, so they had to fit in balloons, and so they were cut into like tiny little pieces. I'm not sure if you guys can tell, but it was hard. It took us 40 minutes to reassemble all of the letters, but it was really fun. I've organized all of my tips in categories, so I'm going to start off with dress. Your prom dress is going to be the centerpiece of everything prom related in terms of your makeup and what your date is going to wear, and your shoes and your nails and all that stuff. I think that you should probably try to get your prom dress at least a month in advance. For me and my friends, we all, I think, ordered from out of state. You have to do that well in advance, first of all, because of shipping, and you also have to make sure that you like it, and in case you don't like it, you have to give yourself enough time to get another dress. Then after that, you also have to think about altering your dress if it doesn't fit you perfectly. So when you're picking out a prom dress, something to keep in mind money-wise is that you will have to alter it if it doesn't fit you. Like, a lot of dresses are way too long for girls. When I got my prom dress last year, I had to pay like $40 to alter it, and my sister had to pay like $60 or something ridiculous. Okay, so now I have some hair tips. I would recommend like up to a month or so in advance to like get on Pinterest or Instagram and just go through really fancy or cute updos, or go through like someone's YouTube channel who specializes in hairdos and just kind of see what hairstyle you want if you're doing it yourself, or even if you're getting it done at a salon, because then you can show them a picture of it. After you pick out what kind of hairstyle you want, you should practice it a lot to make sure that you know how to do it and you know how it'll turn out the day of prom. If you're not going to do your own hair, and this is something that I'm like totally behind on, you should make appointments well in advance because they get overbooked really fast for special events like this. I don't think I'm doing my own hair, and I still have not booked my hair appointment, and my prom's next week. So it's just like something to think about. There are a lot of different things to think about that you just kind of forget. In terms of like other hair, if you want, I would personally recommend like waxing or bleaching up to 3 days. Don't do it the night before. Whenever I wax my eyebrows, I break out, and it doesn't look like I have broken out from waxing. It just looks like I have like some extra acne. It goes away after like 5 days or so, so I know my skin, and I know that I cannot wax like a day before a big event where I don't want to have like a bunch of acne and breakout. But that's like one of the best ways for me to get my eyebrows done. I would recommend waxing and bleaching about 3 days before, so that you don't have breakouts and you don't have redness. And especially if it's your first time, you should just make sure that your skin has time to recover. Something that is really easy to do that I would highly recommend, instead of going out to a salon and paying a bunch of money for waxing and tipping, would be to get like a Sally Hansen bleaching kit, like the little peach fuzzes here. That doesn't need to be waxed all the time. It can be really expensive to do that. It lasts a little bit longer, but I think bleaching also works really well. Like, I don't often have to do it because mine's not that bad, but it does last for like up to 2 weeks. Like, I did mine 2 weeks ago and I'm like good to go. So I would recommend bleaching instead of waxing, and also you can do bleaching for your eyebrows and like around here where your hair is like kind of prominent, and that works just as well in my opinion. So for makeup, just like hair, you should definitely practice the look that you're wanting to wear on prom day well in advance. Before then, I mean, I'm always on like Instagram. I follow a lot of makeup accounts, and I just scroll through and like screenshot all the pictures that I want to recreate for prom. So just having like some inspiration and some practice before prom day and doing your own prom makeup can really help. It's a lot harder to improvise prom day makeup, especially since you're not used to doing it every single day. It is a lot easier to practice dramatic makeup looks beforehand so that you're not looking crazy like a raccoon or something on prom day. If you're going to a makeup artist at some counter and having them do your makeup, be sure to have a plan B if you don't like their makeup. My sister absolutely hated her makeup. She went to Bobbi Brown, and the makeup artist did a terrible job, and this was her prom day, and she was like in a panic. So she came home, and I like tried to fix up her makeup, and she was happy after that. But just be sure that you have enough time and a plan B just in case you don't like your makeup, and that also goes for your hair. So I'd recommend, if you're trying to save money, to just get a group of girls, go to someone's house the night before and just do each other's nails. And also using the nail stickers. They have really cool designs and you just stick them on your nail and then file them down. They have solid colors and patterns and all those different kinds of things. So that's something you should check out if you want your nails to look like you had them done but you don't want to spend the money. So I'm going to talk about like some skin issues. This is kind of a long-term thing that you should be looking out for weeks in advance, but drinking water really helps to flush out your system and try to give yourself some radiant, moisturized skin. So a few days before or like a week before, just start drinking tons and tons of water. And this will also help you, I mean, and I know this is like always a concern for girls, if you're trying to diet, do that last minute dieting for prom, this will help you stay fuller longer. And something that I love drinking is green tea with brown rice, like from Costco. That is the best stuff, and that just gives you a lot of water and fluids in your system and you'll feel fuller. I'm not sure if you guys have heard this tip, but if you drink a glass of water before every meal, that makes you feel so much fuller. And for me, every single time I do that, I eat way less. So if you guys haven't tried that tip out, you should try it out. Let me know how it works for you, but that is like a major tip that I have for keeping your skin healthy and good. And also, I mean, avoiding junk food, that really affects my skin, like greasy foods and junk foods. Just try to eat clean and natural foods. I would not recommend getting a spray tan if you're not used to getting spray tans. If you're not used to getting spray tans, you can turn out looking really orange and then you have to match your makeup to this new spray tan. So it's just like a lot harder to work around a spray tan rather than just not tanning or just doing like a gradual like fake and bake, even though that's not good for your skin. It's sometimes a lot easier to just avoid tanning in general. So in terms of trying to stay in shape and looking good in your dress, I would recommend doing ab and arm toning. Some people might just be like, it's kind of too late for getting in shape, but if you still have like a month or so, or like even a week, you can make a difference in your body. I remember I started doing like P90X in the summertime, like 2 years ago. I'm not super toned at all. Like I work out, but I like don't do like weights and stuff, or I didn't. I do more often now, but I like was not toned at all at this point. Just 1 week of doing P90X like every single day, I noticed a huge difference in my abs and in my arms. So it does make a difference to work out, even if it's last minute. So I think every little bit helps, and I would not get discouraged by saying that it's too late to work out, because I really don't think it is ever too late to work out. So if that's something that you need to work on, I would say go for it, even if you don't think you have that much time. Ugh, my legs hurt. Anyway, okay, a little better. I'm going to talk about your well-being now. This is something that is important for prom. I would say you should get a lot of sleep before prom. You have a lot to do and it can be really overwhelming. So get a good night's sleep before. This will prevent being in a grumpy mood and like being able to stay out long and have fun the whole time, and just all around just get a good night's sleep before. Another thing that kind of goes along with well-being is to just not stress out about the little things. There will be things that might go wrong and you just have to deal with it. If you're conscious of not being stressed out and keep reminding yourself to not be stressed out, you'll probably be more careful about not finding yourself super stressed out. So just keep that in mind. It's supposed to be a fun day. Don't stress out too much because it's just completely unnecessary and it will not get you anywhere. So now I'm going to talk about some long-term planning if you have time, and some things to think about beforehand. I know that some girls are absolutely like obsessed with having to look amazing on prom and they want everything to be perfect and they want to look super thin and nice and skinny and stuff. You should probably start thinking about that well in advance. This is not something that'll happen overnight. So just try to eat clean, and I need to sneeze. Excuse me. Okay. So try to eat clean, exercise, do all that you want to do in order to make yourself look how you want yourself to look. This is your night. Something that I definitely want to pay attention to, and I'm sure a lot of you guys do, is money. Think about all the stuff that you have to buy. You have to buy a boutonniere for your date if you have one, or a corsage for your date. Think about some makeup that you might want to buy. You have to think about your hair. If you're getting your makeup done and your hair done, your dress, your shoes, you have to think about all of that stuff. I would actually set out and like write all the stuff that you have to get or that you want to get and list the prices and make sure that you're on budget if you have a budget. just to make sure that you know what you're spending, because you can spend so much money on prom and you just don't even realize it because it's just like a little thing here and then like there. So it can really add up, so pay attention to what you're buying. So just keep all of that in mind. Alright, so now I'm going to give you guys some tips for prom day. One of my tips is to not have such high expectations for prom. A lot of people think that this is like their wedding day or something. If you set your expectations so high, then you're bound to just set yourself up for some failure. I don't know. Is that like really harsh? Just don't have super high expectations, and then with whatever happens, you'll be happier in general. Another tip that I have is to give yourself all day for prom. I know that I am going to need all day to get ready because I am filming my Get Ready With Me and I'm also doing some of my friends' makeup. I'm not working at all on that day. That also allows me to like sleep in a little bit and just have like a better relaxed major tip actually that I have is it does not matter if you have a date or not. I have personally had dates for like the last 2 proms, so I feel like I can't like talk out of experience, but I don't think that having a prom date is a huge deal. As long as you're going with your friends, I think that that should be enough. I don't think that you should make a big deal about having or not having a prom date. If a girl didn't have a prom date and she wanted to go to prom and she went without a date, I have so much more respect for her going to prom without a prom date than just not going at all. So I think that if you don't have a prom date, don't worry about it. Some girls are asking their other girlfriends to go to prom with them because like none of the boys are asking them. And even if you're a girl, go ask a guy to prom. Like a lot of guys are just really shy. It's kind of a weird concept. Like you guys aren't dating, you're not really talking, but you guys both need a prom date. Just ask the guy to prom, or just like, I don't know, ask around and see if he'd be interested. I mean, it's not like kindergarten, but I don't think it's a big deal for guys to formally ask girls. It's like a new day and age. People are just shy and scared of rejection, so if it's such a big deal to you, then you should go out and ask a guy. Or ask your girlfriend. I don't even know. I don't care. I would recommend taking pictures like at your home or getting to the picture place that you're taking pictures at early in order to make sure that you get pictures with everyone you want, because this is like a day that you're looking really good. You're with all of your friends and your date. And I mean, how often does that happen? Not that often. So take lots of pictures and be sure to get as many pictures as you want, because I know that if I hadn't taken pictures at home before I went to this place that I was taking pictures, I would not have gotten any pictures basically. On prom day, bring money if you're a girl. Do not expect your date to pay for your dinner. Traditionally, this is not really how it works. If a guy asks a girl to prom, he's like basically taking her out to dinner and like buying a prom ticket and all that stuff. You can't expect your date to pay for your dinner unless you've already talked about it previously. So be sure to bring money for dinner and like dessert or like whatever you guys are doing. Just be sure that you have enough money to pay for yourself. And the last tip I have is to just have fun. I think that a lot of people overlook the idea of prom. Prom should really just be seen as a great night to have a lot of fun and look good while you're doing it. So have fun at prom. Don't stress out too much. Don't make a huge deal about it, so that when you do have a great time and everything goes awesome, you can look back and be like, wow, that was such a great night. Didn't even expect it to be amazing like that. This is like my biggest piece of advice. Just don't make prom a chore. Just make it a fun thing. And that is all of my advice for you. This might be a really long video, but I hope it was helpful for some of you. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. My next video might be my Get Ready With Me for prom video. Let me know if you guys have any more prom requests. And I will talk to you guys in my next video. Bye!